I've never been more convinced that reaching people for Christ, it's just right there at home. It starts with you and your family reaching others and their families. Inviting them into the circle. Say, hey, come on, check this out. Come to church with me. Let's see if we can figure this thing called life out together. Because I'll tell you what, life is good and eternity is better, and we've got to be ready for both. So folks, we don't want to get stuck in our own perspective. We want to have a right perspective. We want to have God's perspective. So, check this out in the Gospel of John. Chapter 15, I'm going to start in verse 9. Jesus says this, as the Father has loved me, so have I loved you. Now, remain in my love. If you obey my commands, you'll remain in my love, just as I've obeyed my Father's command, and I remain in his love. I have told you this so that my joy, his perfect joy, my joy may be in you, and that your joy may be complete. How many of you want complete joy? Isn't that awesome? Yeah, I want that. Well, how does that happen? By obeying our Father's commands, we find joy. In other words, by doing the things that he's told us to do, by not doing the things he's told us to stay away from. Right? And then he finishes with this. My command is this, love each other as I have loved you. This is my command, love each other. In other words, Jesus didn't want us to miss it, so he said it a couple times in a row. And this is just one for instance. He says it actually many times throughout the New Testament because he didn't want us to miss it. We got to love on each other. Why? Because life comes with a lot of baggage. And if we're going to have a good perception so that our load is easy and our load is light, we're going to have his perception. We're going to have to see things the way God sees it. Because when we do that, it all gets easier. It all gets lighter.